What if I want to be back here?
What? You never want to be back there. You're always like right up on the
I'm always
table.
like right here. Hey.
Like, I don't get it.
What do you mean?
Because I do like
You
lean
sit
back.
And I'm like I'm working. Like
Wait, did we ever decide what we're doing?
No, that's fine.
All right, I'm Matt. This is Eric.
Yep.
We're here.
How's it going?
To tell you about certain things. You know what? Let's start with the most important story of the day.
Donald Trump. No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, the most important story of the day is that Gritty got his own pop figure, and I want one.
He's broken the glass ceiling.
Just look at this beautiful pop figure.
Yep.
Just look at it.
I know.
Then look at it again. Buy one. Send it to us.
Yeah, when you sent that to me, I thought you saw it in the store, and I'm just like, well, you better buy one because then let's get this stupid elephant and donkey out of here. And
I fully intended to do.
Why don't we have more things on this table? It's such a boring table.
I don't know.
There's not enough room on this table.
But who knows?
I don't know, but we got to get one. So if you find it and send it to us, you get a mug. No.
We're trading things. All right. So let's go with some nicknames our president has given some people. You want to go first? Or you want me to?
Sure. We didn't even realize that we both had stories where Trump has given political opponents nicknames, but that's not that far-fetched anyway. President Trump's nickname for Pete Buttigieg. But you say it. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to say Buttigieg every time.
I was told it was Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. All right. Well, I'm going to say Buttigieg then. For Pete Buttigieg, he was on the cover of Time magazine. Did you see that?
Wow, what a prestigious award.
Him and his husband were on the cover of Time.
Good for them.
Yep. So anyway, it led Pete on a Google search because he had no clue who this person was. In an interview with Politico, the president called Democratic presidential candidate Pete Alfred E. Newman, which is a reference to Mad Magazine's mascot. Buttigieg, 37, said the nickname seemed like a generational thing, and he had to look it up because he didn't know. I didn't know that was the name, but the face, I know that was Mad TV's mascot, and it was pretty accurate, actually. It's a little accurate.
Sure, they're both faces.
They're both faces and have cheekbones. I don't know what I'm doing.
They all have face parts, I guess. I don't know.
So, nickname number one.
That's nickname number one, and now we got nickname number two. Trump debuts new nickname for Biden. Sleepy Creepy Joe.
Sleepy Creepy Joe.
Sleepy Creepy Joe.
All right, that's good. I have to admit that's pretty good.
You see, when I heard it, I was like, oh, man, I feel like he's lost his touch.
Yeah. I don't know.
But anyway.
Was his nicknames ever good? I don't even remember what his nicknames were for Cruz and Rubio. I know he had them. Little Rubio, was that it? Or Little Marco? I don't know. He had something.
I don't remember. But the tweet where it was put out was, looks like it's going to be Sleepy Creepy Joe over Crazy Bernie. Everyone else is fading fast.
Well, yeah.
It's just silly.
It does seem like everyone's kind of fading. And then...
basically, with Biden coming out, yeah. A lot of the people are kind of going. I haven't heard anything about Warren.
Well, no. What I was going to say is that it seems like the three underneath Bernie, because I would say probably Biden, Bernie, and then the three would be like Warren introduced what we talked about, that tax plan, and then Harris came out the day after at her CNN town hall and talked about the gun executive order, and then it seemed like Booker was kind of fading, and then he came out with his whole he wants to license everyone who owns a gun, and if you buy a gun you need a license, which we talked about in our Second Amendment podcast where me, Tad, and Matt discussed that and our viewpoints on it. But yeah, so everyone else just kind of seems like they're not coming out with policies, which it is kind of early still, but to stay in the race you gotta stay relevant, I guess. I don't know.
I guess that is what it is. I have heard a lot about Buttigieg.
Yeah, he has been.
He's still keeping his headlines up. I saw another story about him kind of like taking some votes from Harris in California. but we don't know all of that yet. So it was a very it was weird that the article was even written.
Yeah.
Because they literally said in it, it's like, oh, it doesn't seem like he's taking all the votes, but the headline was literally he's taking votes. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I will say this, that definitely the 5 main ones are the ones that we just said, but I would say the 2 sleepers to watch, obviously I'm not a Democrat, so I'm not going to be voting in the primary, but would be Yang and him, Buttigieg. So I would say those 2 are sleepers, and because I think I think
Buttigieg could go far in this in this race.
I didn't give him any chance when I announced him, because I'm like, what is this, a mayor in Indiana? Like, what?
And Yang,
he just raised a bunch of money.
He's
I read
very
an article.
interesting.
He is an interesting
candidate.
I would be extremely surprised if Yang made it through, but it's going to be interesting to watch on the sidelines nonetheless. So
I can see Yang switching to a third-party platform over the next few years.
I could even see if Yang didn't get the nomination, him just switching as an independent running. I could see him just doing it just to get his name more out there, kind of like the way Johnson did, even though he knew he wasn't going to win, but he still kind of went forward.
Or like Ron Paul. That's the one I was thinking of.
Rand Paul's his son.
Rand Paul's his sonny boy.
Which I also really like. So, but
good old Rand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What story did you have next?
Well, let's talk about the Cubs a little bit, real quick here. So, over the last week, a fan was banned from the Wrigley Field, the Cubs home field. Chicago Cubs band fan who flashed white power symbol on air behind a black reporter. Okay, now, at first when I read that without seeing the photo, I'm just like, what is a white power symbol? I don't know what that even is. So I will show you what it is. And actually, I had a hard time finding one that wasn't blurred, because every news outlet is blurring the guy's hand.
You serious?
I'm not even joking. That is the photo of what the fan did behind the reporter. This is the NBC article that they put on their website. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. There it is. They blurred it. So that fan did that symbol, which is not a white power symbol. I don't know if you're aware. And if it is, it has very recently, within the last 72 hours, has become one, because every person known to man has made that sign one point or another as a stupid joke that is very old.
Yeah, it's the old lay on the ground thing.
Yes, it's an old, or made you look thing. It's a very stupid, and then now you saw.
And it was a strong meme last year too.
It was a very strong meme last year, but I remember that in high school. People were just they're like, hey, and then they'll put their hand on their knee, and then it's so stupid. I mean, honestly, if I was that fan, I would find it to be the funniest thing in the world.
All right.
I just think it's funny they're blurring it out.
That is so stupid.
I know.
Jesus
it doesn't make
Christ.
any sense.
What's our country coming to?
White power.
God damn it, Eric! No. We're two white guys at the podcast. We can't do that.
We can't say those things.
All right.
All right. What do you got?
Here's another story we've got. College to no longer allow frats, sororities. Also, sorry if I just blew out anybody's eardrums.
I think you kind of went back when you yelled. So
I did, good. But I think I was pretty loud anyway.
That's all right.
College to no longer allow frats at sororities.
Mm-hmm.
Fraternities and sororities will no longer be allowed at Swarthmore College following outrage over years-old documents allegedly written by one fraternity there that contains derogatory comments about women and the LGBTQ community and jokes about sexual assault. So basically this college is just banning frats and sororities altogether. Now, I don't know if you've seen some of this stuff, but there are colleges across the country that are doing fraternities. I'm talking about specifically that a bunch of dudes are standing around and they start chanting this thing, and this is happening all across the country, where it's like they chant, "No means yes, yes means anal."
I've seen that.
And they just chant this, and it's a bunch of little fucking douchebaggy looking college fucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just made this not PG-13, but that's You know what? If if these are the kind of environments that fraternities offer, I'm fine with them being gone.
Yeah, I honestly have no issue. I think fraternities are such a silly thing, but the one thing that you remember a couple years ago, the Penn State student that died.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And the kids were like, the guys in the frat were just kind of like ignoring this passed out kid. And ended up dying from alcohol poisoning or whatever it was, but he just drank too much. But that introduced a law in Pennsylvania. We actually have one of the strictest fraternity laws now, where hard liquor is not allowed on any frat house, on any college property.
Right.
So I'm totally for that. I think it's insane, the type of pledges that you hear about, and then the environment that's in them is just...
It seems gross.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane, and I don't understand why any... I understand there's like so many movies about it that kind of like
glorify.
They glorify it.
Neighbors and old school,
Animal House.
Yeah, I mean they're classic. They're classic movies. I don't hate the movies.
Yeah, no, they're funny movies, but the fact that you think that it's okay to do that is it's
and maybe we're a little bit like biased on this because neither of us were in a fraternity.
I would never want to.
I mean, we were fairly quiet in college.
Yeah.
I mean, especially you. You didn't go to anything.
Ate a sandwich in my car.
Yeah, I would hang out in the common house at least, but I never even saw you. We went to the same college. I never saw you.
One of our friends would come out and like see me in my car. It's like there's like a foot of snow on the ground. Dude, you want to come in? I'm good. I'm good. I'm in my Civic. I'm fine. I'm fine.
His little blue Civic.
I got my turkey sandwich. It's all good. I didn't even have a smartphone back then. I had a little flip phone, so I'm just sitting there doing nothing, just eating a sandwich. Depressing.
Let me just read this shampoo bottle.
I got to classes early.
I barely got to classes. Yeah. I was too busy playing Smash Brothers Brawl.
I remember when the occasional time when I had to go to the bathroom, I would see people playing that. That's funny, but
I majored in Super Smash Brothers in college.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else today?
No, that's all I have. I mean, we were going to talk about Candidate Watch, but I didn't get anything prepared at all.
Well,
but you know what? The election's not tomorrow, so we got time.
We've got a lot of time.
Got a lot of time to talk about them.
All right. Thank you very much for watching.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
I was trying to come up with something more profound to say than bye while I was doing this, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, that little pause where we say, do you have anything else to say? And then we're like, all right, think of something smart that has to relate with what we just talked about, and...